If you truly want to heal all of your symptoms, your skin flare-ups, eczema, your gut issues, the chronic bloating, the stubborn weight that isn't coming off, the low energy, the lack of self-confidence you have with your body, then you must listen to this episode. Have you ever spoken to yourself and said, I hate my body. I hate my skin. This is never going to get better. I'm broken. I'm fat. I'm never going to heal. Does that sound familiar? It might, because I used to have these thoughts about my healing and about my skin until I made the conscious effort to change the way that I think. The words that you speak to yourself and even think in your mind aren't harmless. They're actually very powerful, and it can impact your healing. The language you use towards your body and to yourself, your mind, especially the subconscious mind, takes in everything that you think and everything that you say to yourself. The subconscious mind loves patterns. It loves repetition. So the more that you repeat a certain phrase, a certain thought, a certain belief, the more that it actually becomes your reality. Repetition builds neural pathways. It actually changes your brain in a way where whatever you're saying actually happens. So if you tell yourself that you're never going to heal, that you hate your body, that you hate your skin, then what's going to happen? More of those symptoms are going to start to show up because now you're going against your body, and then your brain is actually going to start to believe everything that you're saying, and that will start to manifest into your actual physical reality. This might look like more flares, more gut symptoms, more weight gain. Anything that is tied to a stored emotion, positive or negative, it gets stored really quickly in our cells and in our bodies. Anytime you have a thought like I hate my body or I hate my skin or I'm fat, it's a negative emotion, not a positive emotion. So when you consistently have negative emotion that you have towards your body stores that as stress. And what happens when you have stress in the body? You guys know this, more cortisol gets produced, which is the stress hormone that increases inflammation. Your body is now in fight or flight response. So you're running away from the tiger. Your digestion shuts down. Your immune system weakens. Your hormones get imbalanced. It's a really dangerous cycle to be in. Your body will listen to whatever you tell it. What you speak to your body becomes your body. So you really want to watch your language and the type of words and thoughts and the way that you speak and think about your body very, very carefully. How do you expect your body to feel safe enough to heal when it feels like it's in constant attack from you because of the way that you speak to it? Now, I know it's hard because when you're in a chronic state of inflammation, you have these debilitating flares, you feel yourself, bloated and you feel heavy, whatever it is. It's hard to develop a positive relationship with your body. But this is the type of work that is absolutely essential. Your body is just speaking to you in symptoms at the end of the day. When you have these symptoms, it's telling you something is imbalanced. And that's a whole other episode in terms of what those root causes will look like. But for the purpose of this episode, one of the root causes people actually overlook is that the way that they speak to themselves. It's the mindset, it's the beliefs. This is why you can have like a clean diet, eat perfect, whatever that looks like, whatever perfect means, and exercise a whole bunch and meditate and all these things and still have symptoms because it might be coming from the mind. Your body needs to feel like it can heal and have the capacity to heal if you allow it to feel safe. Right now, your body doesn't feel safe. If you tell it that you think it's ugly or you have this horrible disease or you hate it, it doesn't feel safe, period. So if you truly want to heal, you need to allow your body to feel safe by changing your language and changing your thoughts. I have an example of a client who did exactly this, and she was completely shocked at how fast her skin healed. In the beginning, when she worked with me, this was back in January, she had a lot of negative thoughts about her skin. She felt ugly. She felt like she was never going to heal. She felt like her skin was against her. A lot of these common thoughts that we have when we're dealing with chronic inflammation and symptoms. Now, I told her, I was like, you know what? We need to start reframing your mindset. And I know it's easier said than done, but why don't we start doing affirmations together, start journaling these negative thoughts, putting it onto paper, and let's reframe these thoughts into positive thoughts, challenge these thoughts Are they actually true or not? It's a lot of deep work that we did together, but she consistently worked on changing her mindset, changing her language around her skin and her body. We didn't make any drastic changes with her diet. We made some changes to her supplements, and she was able to see so much healing within just 3 weeks. And I specifically asked her, what was the game-changing thing that you did to see this amazing improvement in such a short period of time? And she said, honestly, Julia, my mindset. I changed the way that I see my skin. So that's a real life example of a client changed her mindset. And mindset's a journey, right? It's not just you change it one time and it gets better. It's a constant journey. It was just changing the thoughts, reframing the language in her healing journey is what helped her the most. I also have another private client that I can think of the same thing. A lot of her eczema flares was related to her emotions and how much she felt like she needed to be a perfectionist, doing all the things and thinking about her skin, not really having the best relationship with her body. When we cleared a lot of limiting beliefs, worked on the mindset piece, journaled out her feelings and emotions, the flares she used to have on her fingers, on her hands, on her neck started to slowly heal. So what I'm trying to say here is this type of work is no joke. This is why I emphasize it so much more than anything. I don't think practitioners talk about it enough, but it's too often overlooked on how mindset and the nervous system work is truly the foundation when it comes to your healing. It is the missing piece for a lot of people. The way they speak to themselves, the way they see themselves, the confidence, the worthiness, all of that is so important when it comes to true lasting healing. I want you to start having certain tools to change the way that you think, especially now that you've listened to this episode and you're like, you know what? I actually don't speak to myself very kindly. Okay, let's change that. Tonight, grab your journal and write down all of the negative language and the thoughts that you have onto paper. If I hate my skin is one of them, write that down. If things will never get better, write it down. And then I want you to reframe it into a positive statement. My skin is teaching me something. It's telling me something is out of balance. That's why it's flaring. That's a positive statement, right? Compared to I hate my skin. This will never get better. Okay, let's reframe that. My body's healing, even if I can't see it yet. And then write down all the evidence of your body showing you that you're healing. Besides the skin, maybe you're eating better, maybe you're sleeping a little bit better, maybe you're itching a little bit less. Find evidence. Your brain needs evidence. It needs repetition on the things that are working. I have a client who does mirror work. So she goes in front of the mirror and she speaks aloud to herself. I am healing. I am doing better. My skin is just communicating with me. My weight is coming off. It's just the inflammation and the stress my body's holding on to. It's literally speaking aloud to yourself in front of the mirror is really, really, really powerful. I have a journaling guide, actually, perfect for you guys. If you feel like you need guidance when it comes to journaling out these things, reframing your limiting beliefs, check out the show notes. There's a journaling guide that you can purchase. It gives you different affirmations, journaling prompts, helping you shift your mindset from negative to positive. Highly recommend checking out the journaling guide in the show notes. I know it may sound silly, like, oh, I gotta speak to myself and do affirmations. Just do it. It's literally science. It works, okay? It might sound a little woo-woo, but it's really not. Changing your mind actually changes your neural pathways in the brain, and it gets to create that reality when you feed it the things that you want to achieve, right? So if you want healing, you want clear skin, you want a healthy gut, you want to lose weight, start telling yourself that it's happening right now at this very moment. Your brain doesn't know the difference between your imagination and your reality. So if you start imagining these things as if it's already happening, even if it feels hard, but you do it anyways, then your brain is going to start to look for that in your reality, and then you'll start to see all of those things happen. Try it consistently, even if it's 5 minutes every day, and let me know how you feel. I promise you that you're going to start feeling better if you do this every day for 5 minutes for 30 days. That's going to be your homework. Every day for 30 days. Heck, maybe even 14 days, okay? 2 weeks in a row of 5-minute affirmations or journaling or mirror work. Report back to me. Let me know how you do, okay? I feel like you're gonna feel so much better. Send me an email at hello@juliachan.ca. Let me know how you're doing. Send me a DM and let me know at juliachan.rd. I would love to hear about your positive improvements. All right, I hope this episode gave you, was eye-opening for you, and you're like, you know what? I've got some work to do. I'm here for it. Again, remember, true healing comes from within you. It does come from your inner dialogue. It does come from the way that you speak to yourself. Start there and then start doing your nutrition and your supplements and see how much healing you'll accomplish from pairing these parts of your healing together. It's not one or the other and over fixating on one thing. It's the foundations and watching your language. I hope this was helpful, and we will see you in the next one.